Well, what do we have here? The new black conservatives are in outrage because Meek Mills, through his nonprofit, the Reform Alliance, went and released women who could not get bail and had them released, paid their bails so they could be home with their kids at Christmas, okay? He grew up being incarcerated when his son was young, and he knew what it was like to be away from his son during holiday season. Now, for some reason, these new so-called black conservatives, offsprings of the Candace Owens crowd, are up in arms, okay? They are equating Meek Mill's paying the bails of these 20 individuals to get back to their kids with a handout. Now let me just break it down. Conservatism. Do you even know what that means? I know you don't, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to read it to you. The definition of conservatism in the United States is a political and social philosophy based on the belief in limited government, individualism, traditionalism, whatever that is, republicanism, and limited federal government power in relation to U.S. states. Like, the states should be able to do what they want to do without the government reaching in their pockets. Limited government, individualism, meaning you can do almost whatever you want to whoever you want, right? And say whatever you want with no repercussions. Okay? And limited federal government giving out handouts to the poor, the disadvantaged, and so on and so forth. In other words, the basic of conservatism is go get a damn job and pull your bootstraps up, okay? But like Martin Luther King said, at least you got some bootstraps. You know what I'm saying? So now we have this new Republican or black conservatism movement, and they have no idea what it means, because right now you have your mans and them Oshay Duke Jackson going on an outrage with this new fake black conservatism, not knowing, obviously showing his ignorance in the bail system, in the judicial system, okay? Reform Alliance. This is Meek Mill's non-profit organization, okay? They are dedicated to probation, parole, and sentencing reform in the United States through legislation and lobbying. Lobbying. That's what some of you fake conservatives need to learn. Go look up what lobbying is, okay? I already gave you 2 lessons on conservatism, okay? And the lesson on the Reform Alliance. Okay, now go look up lobbying on your own with your own Google machine, okay? Bail reform is a necessary tool, or necessary movement that needs to be done ASAP. You ever heard of innocent before proven guilty? Okay, you go steal a candy bar, you get arrested, you go in front of the judge, or the whoever hands out the bails and the bails amount, right? And they say, well, okay, you stole a candy bar, it's $75 for you to get out, and your court date is in such and such 3 months from now, okay? Guess what? You were so hungry that you stole a candy bar, and you did not think about that at the time, okay? Now, if you didn't have money for a candy bar, you don't have money for the $75, okay? You're going to sit in a jail cell, not a prison, because prisons and jail are 2 different things, dear black new conservatives. Prison and jail are 2 different things, okay? You're going to sit there and wait 3 months, 6 months, even a year. Some people wait even a year to get to their trial just to be proven innocent or maybe get a reduced sentence. All because they could not afford the bail. Very simple. They could not afford the $100, the $1,000, the $2,000, the $5,000. So they had to sit there to prove their innocence, where they can't work, lose everything. Now you done lost everything. You can have even the most basic middle class job, and you're away from that for 6 months, 8, 10 months. You will lose everything. But if you're out on bail, you can still feed your family, go to work, do whatever it is you have to do. And when the trial comes, if you're guilty, you're guilty. Then okay, you got to pay the piper. Okay, but if you're not guilty, no love lost. Goodbye. Have a nice day. But these fake black conservatives are upset, calling this a handout. So that obviously means that these clowns don't know anything about the judicial system. They do not know that it's not a handout. If someone pays your bail, if you had a friend, if you even yourself found yourself in a sticky situation, you would want your friends, your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, your sister, brother, third cousin, and so forth to get you out of there, right? You would expect that. So sometimes you have to put yourself in other people's shoes. Everything is not a freaking handout. Like I seen this guy, Oshay Duke Jackson, on his page, comparing what Meek Mill's done to the state of California or Baltimore, handing out $1,000 to low-income families, moms and stuff. That's not the same thing. Okay, that could be labeled as a handout. This is part of the bail reform that needs to be done. You cannot hold people for petty crimes. Already they're poor. They were in a desperate situation, and you're gonna hold them down again, lose their job. Maybe they've been, and then some of their jobs might not even want them back because they've been accused of such and such crime, even if they were innocent. They will wait for 6 months, 8 months. That is not a handout. You have the right to defend yourself in trial. You have the right to an attorney. But if you can't afford that, okay, there's no need for you to sit in jail. Let people help them, people that cannot help themselves sometimes. It's that simple. Some of these fake black conservatives need to go take a class on the judicial system. Need to take a class on the three branches of government. Need to take a class on what presidents can and cannot do. Presidents are not kings. Okay? You just can't wave a wand and say, hey, okay, gas prices are low. No, they can't. So before you sign up to become a black conservative or black Republican or whatever, and half of you don't have $7 to rub together. Like they say, black Republicans should be rich, right? And that's the joke. But obviously these days, no. You just have to be uneducated in your political system that you live in all your life. Go back to social studies in high school in the 10th grade and learn how the government works before you start commenting on what black politician did what black politician did not do this or that, or why so-and-so is getting a so-called handout. Go educate yourself before commenting on political issues. It's that simple. Now, right here on Kirk State Reacts, we don't usually this is pertaining to the music industry, but also with a little political sidebar. You know what I'm saying? A political sidebar. It's okay to be a black conservative. Nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that? Nothing. But if you're going to do that, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into, so you're not sitting up there believing everything is a handout to poor people and so on and so forth. This your man Kirk Stay Reacts, and we out of here, man. Peace.